Well, as you can see, I still have that mouse problem. However, I would switch to legacy mode, and the legacy mode, at least I don't have to click a ton of times to try to get it to work. But what we're going to do is we're going to build a flight plan here. We are going to fly to 10,000 feet. So whenever I had it in the what do you call that? The lock mode or whatever it is. The mouse button was flashing, and then I couldn't get the. I'd have to press multiple times in order to get the thing to work. Testing 1, 2. Okay, my tablet is behind my phone. My phone said, da 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 da. You got a new video with my tablet. Still not. There we go. Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. All right. I think we're working. Anyway, we're going to do real quickly. We're going to fly to Puerto Vallarta. This is real-time time, real-time weather. So flight plan. I'm going to go ahead and turn my, I'm monitoring, but I'm going to turn it down on there. So we are going to, our origin is going to be, of course, Mike Zulu, and that's Matzatlan. Press enter, runway none. But anyway, real quickly, what I wanted to say is on the accessibility right here, I changed it to legacy mode. And what that did is I still have the flashing. If you looked at my last video, I have a problem with the mouse button just flashing in and out. But this, at least in this mode here, at least I can press the button without a multiple press, and multiple roll. So anyway, so we roll to the right there. And I'm using the keyboard here. Press this blue button there, and you can use your keyboard on your computer. So it's Mike, Papa Romeo, and that is Puerto Vallarta. Press the blue key again. Press enter, and none on the runway. And then en route, what we want to do is we are going to fly over Tepic. So that's Mike, Echo, Papa. That's Tepic, Mexico. It's kind of like in the mountains there, and it didn't populate my 10,000 there. It used to. Whenever I would have a waypoint in the middle, it would populate 10,000. Maybe it didn't because that's an airport. I don't know. But at any rate, I set my assigned altitude. There we go, to 10,000 right there. So we'll go full screen right here. Oh, we'll go full screen. And I'm going to set up. First of all, we want to listen. Well, we don't have an ATIS here, do we? So we are going to just go ahead and contact ground. And so we are going to be departing. We're going to be flying south.
Matzatlan ground, Cessna November Charlie 77 Charlie ready to taxi south departure.
Cessna November Charlie 77 Charlie taxi 2 and hold short of runway 27 via taxiway. Contact tower on 118 decimal tree when ready.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and reply.
Taxi 2 and hold short runway 27 via taxiway Cessna 7 Charlie.
Zoom in real quick. Real-time weather. Outside air temperature is 33 degrees Celsius, so pretty warm. So the rollout will probably be a little bit longer. The hotter the weather, the longer the rollout. I'm going to have an assistant today. I'm trying to look at my... Okay, so we are looking down. Never look at your phone when you're taxing. What is 33 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
Searching for 33 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit. According to the math result, 33 degrees Celsius is equal to 91.4 degrees Fahrenheit.
So it's 91
You
degrees
can
out
use
there.
the formula T.
Thank you. Okay, she's telling me how to do it. I don't want to do it. I want you to do it. Why should I do it when you could do it? Okay, request takeoff.
Matzatlan Tower, Cessna November Charlie 77 Charlie Charlie ready for south departure at runway 27.
My mouse just flashes around.
Cessna November Charlie 77 Charlie Charlie altimeter 29.72 wind 28 at 12.
72.
South departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 27.
Alrighty.
Cleared for takeoff runway 27 Cessna 7 Charlie Charlie.
We'll go ahead and roll on down to the runway here. I'm going to go ahead and just follow the blue line all the way and use the whole length of the runway. Not that really need to in a Cessna. I hope I'm not coming in crackly. I'll review this video later and see if I'm coming in crackly. So we're going to go ahead and just do a UE right here. I guess we'd have to go all the way to the end to the end. To the end. So we line up right here. What I'm going to do before we get going is I'm going to synchronize my heading. So synchronize the heading and off we go. Airspeed is alive, rotated about 55. Got mixture rich. Rotate. Autopilot engaged, that keeps my roll and my pitch. Flight level change. Keep that up about 75. We'll go ahead and do the nav and see if it goes to the nav. Not yet, so we are flying off of our heading, and we'll go ahead and the nav, I pressed the nav button, so it should take over. It's loaded. It should take over whenever we capture the signal there, or capture the GPS. Flight level change. I thought I pressed the nav, maybe I didn't. Yeah, it's GPS slow. So here is Matzatlan. Hi Frederick, how you doing? No knowledge.
Matzatlan Tower, Cessna November Charlie 77 Charlie Charlie continue for south departure.
Now we are capturing the GPS. We're on flight level change mode, and we are climbing to 10,000 feet. I'm backing off now a little bit on my mixture. We'll go ahead and back off here. Should capture this now. The GPS is loaded. We'll be turning right here shortly. And so we're saying goodbye to Matzatlan. Hopefully, just relaxing after an entire day of shopping. My wife just came home. I think she just did a little bit of shopping too. Did you do some shopping, Wendy? She didn't do any shopping. So got Matzatlan below us, and we're heading to Puerto Vallarta via Tepic. And what we're going to do today is we're going to go ahead and we'll be taking a look at a couple of things here. We got the sky vector. This is our flight plan right here. And so what we want to do is real quickly on the destination. I wanted to look at the airport here. The elevation of the airport is 23 feet. So why don't we go ahead while we're looking at this and go to press this button here, bring it down to the airport there, highlight it, press enter, and so we got on our secondary radio. I'm going to press that brings us to our secondary radio, and then we're going to press the button here, go down to ATIS, and when I press enter, it's going to put 127.5 right there. So we press enter, okay, so that's right there. So we'll make that active now, and then we'll turn on COM 2, and when we're in range, we'll hear it. Okay, so back to flight plan, and the other thing I wanted to do is it's 23 feet, so we'll go ahead, put in a 2, and then put in a 3, and I got to respond to her, otherwise she'll yell at me again. Press enter, and that's good.
Matzatlan Tower, Cessna November Charlie 77 Charlie Charlie frequency
We're
change.
on a good climb right here. The Y right here, this is R for rotation, X is for the best angle of climb. If you're in a steep area, you can get up. G is the glide speed, and Y is the best rate of climb. So we're going to get to the best rate of climb to 10,000 feet at about 75 knots. That's what I have my flight level change adjusted to 75 knots. I'm backing off a little bit more now. I went filled up about 75% on fuel right there. And so yeah, we're going to 10,000 feet. And well, lost my train of thought. Okay, so 2972. Let's go ahead and contact Matzatlan approach.
Matzatlan approach, Cessna November Charlie 77 Charlie Charlie is type Cessna Skyhawk, 6 miles southeast of Matzatlan, 3,000 feet. Request flight following.
Cessna November Charlie
Go ahead
77
and go
Charlie
to
Charlie
our
Matzatlan approach.
transponder here.
Squawk 0467.
0467. It's not on. Back. Code 04. Come on.
Cessna 7 Charlie
0467.
Charlie acknowledge. Last transmission. Cessna 7 Charlie Charlie radar contact 7 miles southeast of Matzatlan, 3,500 feet. Altimeter 29.72.
All right, Frederick,
Roger,
we're going to
Cessna
have
7 Charlie Charlie.
Independence Day party. Be safe, of course. Kind of weird that Independence Day is going to be on a Tuesday, so a lot of celebrations will be on July 1st. Yeah, there's going to be a fireworks show going on this Saturday, July 1st as well. And I live in Bremerton and in Port Orchard. Actually, between Bremerton and Port Orchard and the water, they're going to be shooting off fireworks. So now we are flying. I did a test flight with this particular flight here. And, oh, look at my drone. Where's my drone at? Okay, so we have... But anyway, I did a test flight, and I'm running DX12. I'm running the latest version. Let's go ahead and, so that's 133.80. That's the latest version. And I'm also running the latest NVIDIA graphics driver, which is 536.23. And I did the test run here so that I could see whether I was going to crash or not, whether to crash the desktop or not, and it was successful. I changed the quality here to 1060, 1080 with 60 frames, P60. And let's just hope that, you know, with me broadcasting now, doing this flight again, that there's no crash. I've had problems before where I was broadcasting and then all of a sudden it just stopped broadcasting about 20 minutes into the flight. So I'm hoping that's not the case. Let's see what happens. Yeah, there's a lot of areas where there's fireworks that are banned. That's for sure. Even in, you know, in this area, I mean, it's Western Washington, so it's called the Evergreen State because of all the rain that we get. And, you know, in Bremerton at this point, they're still allowed to sell fireworks. But in Bainbridge Island, it's banned. In Gig Harbor, it's banned. So I would imagine there's a good chance that Bremerton might follow suit here in a couple of years or so. Who knows? So we're going to be crossing over this big lake right there, and I wanted to look on Google Maps to see where we are. So the first area right here that we're crossing over is going to be this area right here. Pretty much over that area right now, and then so you'll have El Negro, and you got the city, El Rosario right there, and that would be the big city off to the side there, and that would be, go ahead and take a look, that would be in that area right over here. Wind direction right now is 053 at 2 knots. We're flying at 10,000 feet primarily because, let me go ahead and show you real quick. On Sky Vector right here, you got this line right there and another line right there. Well, if you look at world low right there, you zoom in, you see that 10,000 right there. So that's your minimum altitude in this area. Tepic right here is a pretty mountainous region, and then of course 10,000 onto. But we're going to be doing some descending. Via the approach. We'll go ahead and talk about that later. But that's why we're going 10,000 feet. So I don't know if this would be a lake. I guess that would be a lake. It's not really, it doesn't look like it's really connected to the water, to the ocean. So looking at this real quick, let's go ahead again and look at this the Google Maps area right here, Google Maps, and we can kind of touch in our layers right there. So this is some pretty cool areas right here. This is the lake that we're flying over, and we're going over, you know, this is all in Sinaloa, or Sinaloa, and check this out. Peppers. But I bet you this is a really nice area to live. Not too, you know, touristy, but just some grand views of the ocean. I'm always pressing the wrong button. I pressed end instead of insert to go back. And I keep doing that. I don't know why. But anyway, 75 knots. We're on a steady climb. We got about 50% mixture. Don't really need any heat. Got all our lights on. Might as well just keep them on. What we look like from the outside. All our lights on. Real-time weather. And so the sun is supposed to set at about 7:45 Puerto Vallarta time. What time is it in Puerto Vallarta?
Cessna 7
Searching
Charlie
for
contact
time in Puerto
Matzatlan
Vallarta.
Center on 124.4. Good day.
124
According to the
decimal
time
for Cessna
result,
7 Charlie
the
Charlie.
current time in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico is 6:46 and 7 seconds p.m. on Wednesday, June 28, 2023.
Okay, so we might be doing a night landing at 6:46 there now. So they're at an hour ahead of us right now. Let's go ahead and contact.
Matzatlan
Approach.
Center Cessna November Charlie 77 Charlie Charlie 7,800 feet.
Cessna November Charlie 77 Charlie Charlie Matzatlan Center altimeter 29.75. Continue as planned.
Go ahead and bring that
Cessna
in.
7 Charlie Charlie contact Matzatlan Center on
Put that down a little bit
124.2.
more.
Good day.
124.2 for Cessna
All
7
right,
Charlie
Frederick,
Charlie.
thanks for liking and subscribing.
Matzatlan
It's a
Center
young
Cessna
channel,
November
but
Charlie
what I'm wanting
77
to do
Charlie
with this
Charlie
Cessna
8,000 feet.
Is fly it all the way down to South America and back, all along the coast though, and talk about the different areas. And what I want to do is I just want to talk about, you know, have a, well, I found Bing AI, and Bing AI puts out some pretty good information. I was actually reading it from Wikipedia myself, and I'm, you know, Bing, just to put it this way, Bing can read better than I can. And anyway, Bing AI, that's pretty interesting. The things that you can find, you know, you can have Bing AI write you a poem or a story or all kinds of things, solve a math equation, whatever. You know, pretty cool. But so I'm going to have Bing AI kind of help us out. And then what I like to do also is go to SkyVector. SkyVector, and show our flight plan and talk about that. Talk about all of the flight plans. I like to build them manually myself and then put in the approach manually. When we hear the ATIS at Puerto Vallarta, then we'll have more information on how to set up our procedure. So I like to do that. And then the other thing that I like to do, I don't hear any planes right now, or Microsoft Flight Simulator talking to any planes right now, but I like to go to Flight Radar 24, sessions time now. So anyway, I'm in this area right here. So we're in Matzatlan, and there's Tepic, and there's Puerto Vallarta, and these are real-time planes that are out there. This one right here, leaving Puerto Vallarta, San Francisco. I bet you this is going into, no, that's Guadalajara. Okay, that's going all the way to the Paz. Guadalajara, that's Baja, Southern California. But, you know, so there's real planes there that are flying. And of course, Microsoft Flight Simulator, they keep track of the real planes. And I like to see who the Microsoft Flight Simulator ATC is talking to. So there's a river down there. And let's go ahead and see if we can find that river. on Google Maps. That would be, go ahead and go back to here. It would be probably this river right here, right? Trying to figure out which river that is. So there's some water there. That one already? Can't be that. Okay, so there's water there. I'm trying to like a square area right there. Let's see. So that would be okay. That would be right here, right? So let's see if we can find that river. I can't. The square area right there, yeah, so that was that river right there. So that would be the Vallarta River. And we're just about ready to fly over in this area right here. The Grande, yes. That would be the Laguna Grande area right there. Almost at altitude. I've got the prop full. We're getting 2,440 RPMs, but we're about a little over a minute away from our assigned altitude. We have it says 0 knot wind. That's interesting. But anyway, the wind's coming from 115 with 0 knots. Looks like we're getting our head in the clouds a little bit. I do believe that there's some weather over in Puerto Vallarta that we'll have to deal with. And we are 102 nautical miles from Tepic. It says 1 plus 04, but that's going to go way down once we reach our altitude and start gaining our speed. If we continue at 75 knots, it will take over an hour to get there. But when we get to speed, we're at right now at a ground speed of 96 knots. Once we get to speed, which will be shortly, the ALTS what does ALTS in aviation stand for?
Searching for ALTS in aviation.
It's got several different
ALTS
meanings.
is an aviation abbreviation that can have two different meanings depending on the context.
Okay, we're at
It can
altitude.
stand for altitude select, which is a
Altitude
technology
select.
that allows.
So the ALTS was altitude select. Now we are at our selected altitude. You can see now we are increasing our speed. We are at altitude. Look out the window. Pacific Ocean to our right. And so our RPM, we're just at about the top of the green, which I think that's pretty good. I think that'll work. Let's go ahead and figure out how much fuel that we used on our climb here. So we can go to the engine right there, we have system. And so we used 3.9 gallons of fuel on our climb. We got 38.1 gallons remaining, and we're using about 8.5 gallons an hour. So that's not bad. That's not bad. It's a pretty interesting circle right there. Let's see if we can find that on our map here. All right, and that would be this area right here. So there is Maya, Mala, Maya, So agricultural production down there. And then there's that right there, which is really interesting. That would be that circle over there. So a lot of agriculture in that area.
Delta 1838, descend and maintain flight level tree 60. Descend and maintain flight level tree 60, Delta 1838.
All right, I'm back. I had to went for a break there. So anyway, look at this area right here on our maps. So we are over Isle de Bosque, I guess, or Bosque. So those are some pictures of that area. Pretty much farming community. Just a little bit. Probably a very beautiful area there. Profile picture dates back to June 2005. Yeah, I really can't see. I'm monitoring the video on a tablet. I really can't see any profile pictures. That's all I see is just a small little icon there. Trying to get just to the nose. Let's see. There we go. Pressing the wrong button, I guess. Press the little hat switch. I am terrible at Xbox controllers. And I don't know what it is. I just, my brain just gets all, what do you call that whenever you, anyway, not ambidextrous, what's the term that they use? Dyslexic. I get all dyslexic over it. And I'm playing my son a football game or a baseball game, and he's just tearing me up because I'm getting all dyslexic on the Xbox controller. Anyway, that's what that was just a minute ago. I'm getting all dyslexic. I had to press this button here, which is a hat switch. I'm like back here and trying to get to the nose, which I can do now because I guess we hit the half. But anyway, I always like to see a little bit of the nose there as a reference point. I drive a bus for a living, and I always like to have the seat as high as possible so I can have enough reference points. So we are now 45 minutes from Tepic. This is real-time time and real-time weather. Interesting area over here. Right over there. This area right here. Okay. There. Or not. I think so. Yeah, there's some more over there. So yeah, that's all this area right here. So that is, well, I'm not going to even try to pronounce that. The only one picture there. There's a restaurant there. Looks like some good seafood. They have a lot of shrimp farms, and I'm betting that all of these are probably fish farms and shrimp farms. But as you can see on the plate right there, there's some shrimp and locally grown. And there is Noviado is probably how you say it. Noviado. That is close to the coast there. Is that a beached whale? I don't know what that is. Yeah, that's a whale. There's a Noviado over in this direction somewhere. Below it. There's Noviado right there. With a beached whale there on the beach. So we're flying over Noviado. This would be Noviado down below us. And a lot of shrimp farms. Seafood industry. I think I turned on my COM 2. Yeah, my COM 2 is on. I got 127.5. So 127.50, that is the ATIS. And when we get within range, since it's on, when we get within range, we'll hear it. Right now we are on flight following. And there isn't much going on right now in the air with other planes. At least not this region. Just a little bit of Baja Sur, California over there. See a little bit of a mountain right there. That's Baja Sur, California. Whenever I'm flying in a real plane, I always like to just look out the window. We are going to be flying over some mountainous regions here when we back this up, and it looks like we're going to. Actually, when I flew the test flight on this, we didn't see all that weather yet. So we are going to be getting into some weather, so that's pretty interesting. I did notice something on SkyVector. Speaking of that, SkyVector planning, whenever you zoom out here, you can see this area right here. And this right here is weather. So MMEX Cygnets S1 TS. Not exactly sure how to read that, but I just really need to learn how to read all of this. But I do know that this is weather. There's weather over here. There's weather here. So Puerto Vallarta, we should be okay. Over Tepic, we should be okay. But we are going to be getting into some weather. See just up in a distance there, just a little bit of hilly terrain there, and that's no doubt the southern tip of Baja, California, Baja Sur, California. Couple of little communities down there. Thinking that would be some of these communities. Well, that's beautiful. Look at that sunset there.
Polaris 670 traffic is 10 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 50 generic. Report them in sight. Airwind Leases 511 traffic is 10 o'clock 3 miles at flight level tree 80 generic. Report them in sight. Polaris 670 have the traffic.
So let's see if we can find Polaris 670. Flight radar, Polaris 670. There it is right there. And they are leaving Guadalajara and they're going to Culiacan. That was one of our stops earlier on this mission to South America. So that's the plane that Microsoft Flight Simulator at this point is talking to. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well, so far, hopefully I'm not doing a whole lot of crackling. It seems like everything is running fine. I did 1080p with 7 megabit or whatever. So far, my video hasn't been interrupted yet. So far, so good. This area right here, I wanted to look at that. And all that on Google Maps there. That would be some of this area right here, I do believe. So we're looking at Union de Corrientes, and then Palma Grande. seeing Tuxpan. The state here that we're flying over now is Nayarit, Mexico. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Real-time weather, real-time time. Got a little bit of a side wind pushing us. This is straight on. So we got a about a 4-knot side wind pushing us. We're clipping along at about 119 nautical miles or knots. True airspeed, about 96 knot in indicated airspeed. Should be getting in range here pretty soon to Puerto Vallarta 8's. A little bit more water here. We're about ready to. About ready to fly over some of this area right here. Or maybe I was ahead of myself. Actually, I was. Anyway, I do believe that. Yeah, if we look at this area right here, yeah. So we are pretty much over all of this area right here. Agua Brava. Nautical miles, about 30 minutes from Tepic. Bing, what can you tell us about Tepic, Mexico?
Searching for Tepic, Mexico. Tepic is the capital and largest city of the western Mexican state of Nayarit, as well as the seat of the Tepic municipality. It has a population of about 371,387 people as of 2020. It is located in the central part of the state at an altitude of about 3,000 feet, 900 meters, above sea level, on the banks of the Rio Maloloa and the Rio Tepic, approximately 225 kilometers, 140 miles, northwest of Guadalajara, Jalisco. It was founded in 1531 as Villa del Espíritu Santo de la Mayor España by Nuno de Guzmán. Tepic is a cultural and natural hub with a rich colonial heritage, a vibrant indigenous presence, and a diverse agricultural region. Some of its attractions include the Neo-Gothic Cathedral of Tepic, the Municipal Palace, the Amado Nervo Theater, the Emilia Ortiz Contemporary Art Center, and the open-air markets where you can find Huacol or Wixarica and Cora handicrafts. Tepic is also close to the extinct Sangagua volcano and its crater lake, which offers scenic views and outdoor activities.
So that's a rundown on Tepic. We call it Tepic. That's going to be that's where we're heading to. Right now we are 26 nautical miles away. We should be picking up on our ATIS pretty soon. 27.50 active. We have another method of finding out our weather too. Let's go ahead and press this flight plan, press this right here. The other method is looking at it right here. So we got 230 at 10, so the wind's coming in at 230 degrees at 10 knots. So we can probably set up a flight plan, but I'm going to go ahead and wait till ATIS. At least I'll wait a little longer. I'm pretty sure I'm going to set my procedure for runway. I think it's runway 24, which runway. There's two runways, 22 and 4, so we'll be setting it up for 22. There might be another shrimp farm down there. Looks like the sun is going to be setting pretty soon. About another half an hour and the sun will be setting. And our destination, Puerto Vallarta. We're going to get over there and we'll check out some of the beaches, some of the souvenir shops, some good places to eat. We'll be asking Bing a little bit in a few minutes about Puerto Vallarta. Another good destination would be Tepic, but we'll go ahead and skip that. What is the population of Tepic, Mexico? Not Topeka. What is the population of Tepic, Mexico? What is the population of Tepic, Mexico? Sometimes it drops off.
Searching for population of Tepic, Mexico. According to the results of the 2010 General Census of Population and Housing conducted by the National Institute of Statistics and Geography, (INEGI), the municipality of Tepic has a total population of 380,249 people, of which 185,167 are men and 195,082 are women. However, if you are interested in the population of the metro area of Tepic, which includes other nearby municipalities, the estimated population for 2023 is 581,000 people, a 1.93% increase from 2022. The metro area population of Tepic in 2021 was 558,000 people, a 2.2% increase from 2020.
Okay, so all you single guys out there, there are 185,000 men and 195,000 women. A bigger population of women than there are men in Tepic, Mexico. So, for all you single guys out there, Tepic will be the place to be, right? .42 nautical miles from Tepic. Still not picking up on that ATIS yet. I thought my last play I picked up on it already. So that is 127.500 active on. So yeah, I don't know why I'm not picking up on it yet. Maybe shortly. Maybe I'll watch hot never boils. We are 40 nautical miles from Tepic. 20 minutes. Real-time time, real-time weather. Outside air temperature at 10,000 feet is 12 degrees Celsius. Following the community down there, another river. It's curious as to what river that is. So we are now in this area. There's the river. So that Via Hidalgo, that's the communities down there. El Puente, Santiago Expuntla. Probably saying that all wrong. But there's some churches and probably a very interesting area to visit there. And the name of the river is the Grande de Santiago River. Be that river there. Little mountain ridge right there. I like flying in the evening because it really brings out the shadows and whatnot. A little bit more of a 3D definition of the elevation, you know, the mountains there. Look at all the shadow there right along the side of it. I'm going to go ahead, since I've already got the information, I'm going to go ahead and set up our approach. Because I don't want to wait too long on the ATIS. I do believe it's going to be, we'll go ahead, actually we'll do it on this one here. To procedure, set up the approach. I'm pretty sure it's going to be all along 22. We're going to do an RNAV GPS, lateral navigation, vertical navigation. Let's enter, and we're going to go to, we want to go to this one right here, closer to the water. So that's the move by initial approach fix. And we're going to go ahead, I'm going to load that now. If it changes, then we'll change it. So, but I'm going to load that now. And now looking at this, our final approach fix is 1,700 feet. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to go ahead and change our assigned altitude, our altitude select to 1,700. So we're going to bring that to 1,700, and then we're going to arm our vertical navigation there. Press that right there. Our vertical path is armed. And it's showing at this point, let's go ahead and look flight plan here, do that. Go ahead and look at our top of descent is 39 minutes. 39 minutes away. Yeah, I don't know why the ATIS isn't coming in. Go ahead and switch to oh, okay, sorry to switch to COM 2. Maybe it's turned down. I'm turning it all the way up. Another little community down there. Very beautiful in the evening time. See a bridge there over a couple of bridges there over the river. That's in this area somewhere. Trying to figure out where that is. Looks different whenever you look at it on this right here compared to that.
Puerto Vallarta Airport
there we go.
Information Golf 010 Zulu. Wind 218 at 9er. Visibility 10 in heavy rain.
Heavy rain.
Condition. Few clouds at 1,700 feet, ceiling 4,800 feet.
Ceiling 4,800.
Temperature 32. Dew point 10. Altimeter 29.79er.
29.79er.
22 in use.
22. Okay, so we already set up for runway 22.
VFR aircraft say direction of flight.
You have
All
golf.
aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have golf.
Okay, so there it is. ceiling of about 4,800. And you can see that we're starting to get into some clouds there. So ahead of us, of course, is the mountainous terrain. We are 26 nautical miles from Tepic. Probably what we'll do after we go to Tepic is we're going to actually do a direct. They got us flying over the runway and then coming back. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to fly over Puerto Vallarta and come back. So once we pass this area right here, we're going to do a direct to Muba, the initial approach phase. But we'll do that after we pass over Tepic. We definitely want to pass over Tepic at 10,000 feet, simply because of the elevated terrain there. Real-time weather, real-time time. Sun's going to be setting in another about 15 minutes or so. Something very interesting here I wanted to show you that I discovered on my last flight here, and let's see if we can find it. Going along this highway here, I think we can find it. Hope I don't overtax my system there. Getting into some clouds here. But I was looking at this over here.
Puerto Vallarta approach on 119.0.
Let me go back into the plane here.
Going to 119.0 Cessna 7 Charlie Charlie. Puerto Vallarta approach Cessna November Charlie 77 Charlie Charlie 10,000 feet.
Cessna November Charlie 77 Charlie Charlie. Puerto Vallarta approach altimeter 29.80. Continue as planned.
2980. Anyway, going back to our drone here, I was looking at this and I was wondering, I was looking at it on my first flight. The reason why I want to show it now is because of the low clouds. I was going to do it whenever we flew by it, but low clouds there, we might not be able to see it. But I'm like, what? What in the world is that? And so I went to the Google Maps here and I'm like zooming out, and then and then we got Tepic right there, and then we got, and there it is right there. There it is. What is that? What is that? MSFS2020. That is a prison. And it closes at 8 p.m. So they're still open if you want to go. Anyway, I thought that was really interesting. So there is a prison right there in the heart of Mexico. And right in the middle of nowhere, basically. I mean, there's like a little electrical substation there. And of course, the Tepic is a little ways away. But I thought that was really interesting. There's a prison right there. So, place that you probably wouldn't even want to visit. Definitely wouldn't want to live there. prison. Let's see if they can see the sunset where they are. Probably not. Let's see. No, well, a little bit maybe. Anyway, there it is. Interesting. We might be able to see it from the air here. But, those clouds there, there's a good chance that we might not be able to. We are now 8 minutes from our destination. That's 8 minutes estimated time en route to our first waypoint, which is Tepic. You can see the prison there. Probably it right there. Or it might be it right there. "13 nautical miles. See a little bit of a mountain peak right there sticking above the cloud. Not exactly sure where that extinct volcano that she was talking about is. We are 6 minutes away from Tepic, 29 minutes away from our top of the set, so we're still a little bit of ways away there. We'll be landing, probably a night landing in Puerto Vallarta. That building down there, that's got the prison there. That's there it is. There's the prison right there. That's something. I'm like, what is that? It's a prison. About ready to get our head in the clouds here. And there is Tepic down below us. It's like a baseball field right there. I think it's there. Somewhere I saw a baseball field down there. Yeah, it's right there. Oh, is that a soccer field? That might be a soccer field. Get myself in position here. Yeah, that's a soccer field. Baseball field right next to it going duplicate. Yeah, there's the baseball field, there's the soccer field. Soccer field here and a baseball field there. it's about 3,000 feet above sea level, Tepic is. See the light starting to come on. And we are now 5 nautical miles. How many minutes? 2 minutes and 39 seconds from our turn, and it looks like we are going just over the top layers of clouds here. The sun will be setting here in another 5 or 10 minutes. More Tepic down there. It's starting to light up. One minute away from our turn. So far the video is holding up well. Tepic, Mexico. What can you tell us about the state of Nayarit? Okay, we are on our turn now.
Searching for Nayarit State. Nayarit is a state in west central Mexico, bordered by the states of Sinaloa, Durango, Zacatecas, and Jalisco, and by the Pacific Ocean. It has an area of 27,857 square kilometers, 10,756 square miles, and a population of 1,235,456 people as of 2020. The state capital is Tepic, which is also the largest city. Nayarit is known for its rich agricultural region, its diverse indigenous cultures, its coastal lagoons and islands, and its volcanic mountains. Nayarit was named after a 16th century Cora leader who resisted the Spanish conquest. The region was not fully subdued by Spain until the early 17th century. Nayarit was part of the state of Jalisco until 1917, when it became a separate state. Nayarit is governed by a governor and a unicameral legislature. The state is divided into 20 municipalities. Some of the main attractions in Nayarit are the Marianas Islands, the Huacal art and culture, the colonial architecture of Tepic and San Blas, and the beaches of the Riviera Nayarit.
Alright, what we're going to do very quickly here, position right here real quick on our, we're going to do a direct now. We're going to go to direct to MoveBot. So we'll press this button here, we'll go highlight MoveBot and hit the direct button there, and then we'll activate that. So activate that. So That way we're not going to fly to the runway and then back. So right now our top of descent is 8 minutes away, and we will be descending shortly. Let me go ahead and brighten up our panel a little bit. To be honest, it's all brightened up, but anyway.
Descend and maintain 2,000 feet. Expect vectors.
So
Visual
generic.
runway 22 approach. Generic 6 Papa Charlie.
Let's see. November 86 Papa Charlie. November 86 Papa Charlie. November 86 Papa Charlie. So that would be November 86 Papa Charlie. So that generic is a, what kind of, that's a Cessna 550 Citation Bravo. And that's coming in all the way from Los Angeles. Just a small, or Santa Ana actually. Just a small little plane there arriving in Puerto Vallarta where we're going. So we are now estimated time en route to Mufa, our initial approach minutes is 13 minutes. We're 6 minutes away from our top of descent. So we got a few mountains there ahead of us, but we should be okay. Oh, the reflection of the sun right there, if you look to the right, there's our sunset. And that's about right on time, about 6:45 local time here over Puerto Vallarta. I'm going to go ahead and turn these lights down. You see the instruments a little bit better there. Kind of like having your, whenever you have your dome light on in your car, you want to have that on whenever you're driving. Sunset over Puerto Vallarta. Close to, there's the water. We are 5 minutes away from the top of the set. Set up here. Beautiful evening.
Generic 6 Papa Charlie Airport is 12 miles at your 1 o'clock. Maintain present heading and altitude. Report runway in sight.
Tell us about Puerto Vallarta, Mexico.
Searching for
Maintain
Puerto
present heading
Vallarta,
and
Mexico.
altitude. Generic 6 Papa Charlie. Generic 6 Papa Charlie runway in sight. Generic 6 Papa Charlie, you are 11 miles northeast.
Puerto
of
Vallarta
Puerto
is a
Vallarta.
popular beach resort city on the Pacific Ocean's Bahia de Banderas in the state of Jalisco, Mexico. It has a population of about 255,000 people and is the second largest urban area in Jalisco after Guadalajara. Puerto Vallarta is known for its beautiful beaches, vibrant nightlife, cultural attractions, and outdoor activities. Puerto Vallarta was a small fishing village until the 1960s, when it became a tourist destination after the filming of The Night of the Iguana, starring Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor. Since then, Puerto Vallarta has developed into a modern city with a variety of hotels, restaurants, shops, and entertainment options. Puerto Vallarta also preserves its colonial charm and Mexican flavor in its historic center, where you can find the iconic Church of Our Lady of Guadalupe, the Malecon Boardwalk, and the flea market. Puerto Vallarta offers something for everyone, whether you are looking for romance, adventure, relaxation, or culture. You can enjoy the sun and sand on the beaches of Los Muertos, Mismaloya, or Nuevo Vallarta. Explore the natural wonders of the Marianas Islands, the Botanical Gardens, or the Sierra Madre Mountains. Taste the delicious cuisine of Puerto Vallarta, from seafood to tacos to gourmet dishes. Experience the art and culture of Puerto Vallarta, from its galleries and museums to its festivals and events. Or have fun with the nightlife and entertainment options of Puerto Vallarta, from bars and clubs to shows and casinos. Puerto Vallarta is a destination that will captivate you with its beauty, charm, and hospitality. It is a place where you can feel at home and enjoy a taste of Mexico.
Okay, so that is a rundown on Puerto Vallarta. Thank you very much, Bing. And we are now 2 minutes and 49 seconds away. And the sun is just about set. Taking some really good screen captures here. A little bit of mountainous region down there. The sun is just about below the horizon. Again, you can see a little bit of Baja California right here. You know, pretty near that mountain there. I'm pretty sure that's Baja California, even visible from this area. At this height anyway, probably not from the Puerto Vallarta itself, I don't think. We got a little bit of weather ahead of us. Let's go ahead and listen to the ATIS one more time.
Puerto Vallarta Airport Information Golf 010 Zulu. Wind 227 at 11. Visibility 10. Sky condition, few clouds at 2,500 feet, ceiling 4,800 feet broken.
4,800.
Temperature
Right now we're
32.
still at 10,000.
Dew point 10.
No,
Altimeter
yeah,
29.76. Visual runway 22 in use.
So
Landing
we'll
and
go
departing
ahead
runway
and
22.
22 is where we're headed. Go ahead and adjust to 276, 29.76. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be flying right along here and then going to left right there and then lining up with the runway coming in right there. 22. Starting to see some of the stars now. This is real-time time, real-time weather. Beautiful. And then our top of descent, we are 42 seconds away.
Cessna 7 Charlie Charlie contact Matzatlan Center on 124.2.
Matzatlan. Matzatlan Center, okay.
Going to 124.2 Cessna 7 Charlie Charlie. Matzatlan Center Cessna November Charlie 77 Charlie Charlie 10,000 feet.
Cessna November Charlie 77
Vertical
Charlie
path
Charlie
is
Matzatlan
loaded.
Center
Okay,
altimeter
vertical path captured.
29.82. Continue
We're
as
now
planned.
descending. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and say thank you very much. Flight following.
Matzatlan Center Cessna 7 Charlie Charlie cancel flight following.
Cessna 7 Charlie Charlie Matzatlan Center cancellation received. Squawk 7000. Frequency change approved.
Okay, and then what I want to do is I want to contact now. I'm backing off on my power, and we're just kind of racing down now. We actually gained some speed, but we don't want to get in the yellow there. So, go ahead and stretch that out a little bit there. So we want to contact Mike Papa Romeo, which is the Puerto Vallarta Tower. And we'll go ahead and request
Puerto Vallarta
landing.
Tower Cessna November Charlie 77 Charlie Charlie is 29 miles northeast 9,400 feet with Gulf to land.
With golf.
Cessna November Charlie 77 Charlie Charlie Puerto Vallarta Tower.
2979.
Altimeter 29.79 wind 227 at 11.
11 knot
Fly
wind at
straight in runway
227.
22.
We'll go ahead and say
Make straight in runway 22 Cessna 7 Charlie Charlie.
10-4. Sun is now set in Puerto Vallarta. So if you're watching this from Puerto Vallarta, can look out the window, and this is pretty much how your weather's going to be as compared to what it is in Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're 9.5 nautical miles away from our mission approach fix, and 4 minutes away. We are 10 minutes away from bottom of descent, which will be at 500. Now what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and also load my approach. See that little diamond there? So I can load my approach load. Flight path is also loaded. So altitude select is loaded and flight path is loaded. A few buildings there, a little community there right in the mountains. Puerto Vallarta ahead of us. You can see on the map here that Puerto Vallarta is pretty much in the valley right there between mountains there. So no doubt a very beautiful area, and made popular by a movie apparently, according to Bing, by Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor. I bet you over there's probably restaurants and whatnot, different areas that commemorate those two for making Puerto Vallarta so popular. We are on our descent. Look at this over here, just like a little road going right up to the mountains there. Three nautical miles away from our initial approach fix. Cooking along at true airspeed 137 knots. On the way down, of course on the way up you can only go 75 knots, but on the way down you can really make up for that climb. Should be making our turn here shortly. This is the latest graphics driver, 536.23, and the latest version of Microsoft Flight Simulator 1.33.8.0. And we are now making our turn. And our next waypoint is Papa Romeo 407. talking pretty big river there. If we can see that on our Google Maps here. There's a prison that we were talking about earlier. Someplace you want to stay away from here. They close at 8 p.m., so they're still open. But there's Tepic, and we are now over this area right here. And so that would be Nayarit and Jalisco, so the borderline there is the Amica River. So that's the Amica River there. And we are at just about top speed here, moving right along. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in just a little bit. Getting pretty dark out there. Turn down my avionics just a little bit. Back that up just a little bit. Definitely want to be flying with instruments in this area, with all of these mountains all around. Definitely an instrument approach for sure. And there's Puerto Vallarta ahead of us. Runway straight ahead. Back off on the power a little bit now. I'm getting in a little bit denser atmosphere, and so we're cutting through the air a little bit faster without a high propeller, so I backed off quite a bit. I want to go full rich now on my mixture. We are still descending. We are 3 minutes from bottom of descent. Actually, we'll turn up the avionics just a little. Should be getting a clearance here pretty soon. There's a couple of planes here. Puerto Vallarta. Full rich mixture. Fuel burn so far. Look at our fuel burn. We've used 13.8, got 28 remaining, so plenty of fuel. 6.8 an hour. We used 13 so far, almost 14. Following the vertical path right now. Glide path is loaded. Altitude select is loaded. I got 1700, which is our final approach fix. And we are just about now to our final approach fix. Our next waypoint is final approach, which is 2 minutes away. We're backing off. You can see the runway. So Papa Romeo 404 final approach fix, 4.4 nautical miles away. And that's just about where our BOD is right there, bottom of the sun. About the time we get to our final approach fix, our glide path should take over. RNAV approach. digging up some dirt out there. Have my feet on the rudder pedals. One nautical mile away from our final approach fix. Still don't have any flaps. I'm going to go ahead and back way down now. Just about to our 1700 there. We'll do flaps 1 until we get to the flat safe zone there. Flaps 1. Okay, we are now on our glide path.
Charlie, wind 224 at 6. Clear to land runway 22.
Clear to land.
Clear to land runway 22 Cessna 7 Charlie Charlie.
So we got 9 knot headwind. Two red, two white on the PAPI. Precision approach path indicator. Full flaps. Go and bring it down to about the glide speed here. The flaps really help bring your nose down, give you a better angle of attack, AOA as they call it, in the aviation world. PAPIs are located right about the 1,000-foot marker there of the runway. Of course, this is an international airport, and a lot of flights, of course, coming down from San Francisco, California, and LA, and of course other various areas too. Definitely a popular destination. Puerto Vallarta there to our right.
500.
At the 500 call out. Getting pushed around just a little bit to the left. Got all my lights on. Landing checklist complete. trees are pretty high there over just the edge of the runway. Okay, autopilot is off. Flare. Go past, that's fine. Just bring that gently down there.
Cessna 7 Charlie Charlie, turn next taxiway.
Now this is something new that's going on there with Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is the update. You can see on the and this has happened before and they fixed it, but of course they came out with another update and now it's back.
Cessna 7 Charlie Charlie, contact ground on 118.5.
118.5 for Cessna 7 Charlie Charlie.
We'll go to parking right here, 3.
Puerto Vallarta ground Cessna November Charlie 77 Charlie Charlie taxi to parking.
Cessna November Charlie 77 Charlie Charlie, taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Alpha.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Alpha Cessna 7 Charlie Charlie.
Welcome to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, on our journey south. So no rain right now. We were saying earlier on the ATIS report that it was heavy rain. Actually, listen to that again.
Puerto Vallarta Airport information, Golf
Oh, now it's
020
updated.
Zulu. Wind 224 at 10. Visibility 12. Sky condition, few clouds at 2,500 feet, ceiling 4,800 feet broken. Temperature, tree 1. Dew point, 10. Altimeter, 29.77. Visual runway 22 approach. Generic November for 62 Quebec Sierra, Puerto Vallarta Tower. Altimeter 29.77, wind 224 at 10. Cleared visual runway 22 approach.
Okay, ladies and
Cleared
gentlemen,
visual runway 22
that
approach,
is
generic
our,
to
we'll go
Quebec
ahead and
Sierra.
turn all these back on now, the floodlights. Let's see. And we'll go ahead and set our brake. Go ahead and turn off all of our lights out there. Shut off our motor. Acknowledge our alert. Go ahead and turn off there. And here we are. I keep this on so whenever I float around on my drone, there's the drone right there. Uh-oh, that plane looks like it's in trouble. Oh. And what happened? I bet you that's going to make the 10 o'clock news. Anyway. So, but I keep the power on there so I can hear any planes landing. There was one that was landing, but I think it already landed earlier.
Generic to Quebec Sierra, wind 224 at 10.
Generic
Clear to land runway
2QS.
22.
See if we can find 2QS real quick. 2QS, so
Clear
that's
to land runway 22, generic to Quebec Sierra.
2QS. Not finding it. But anyway, we are in the Puerto Vallarta area. It's probably, there it is right there. And so that one's coming in from El Paso, Texas. And that is an Embraer Phenom 300 that's landing at Puerto Vallarta. And there's another one that's right behind it, coming from None of Your Business. No, it's going to None of Your Business, but we already know where it's going. It's coming from Silao. And that is a Eclipse 500. So both of those planes right now, at this point, are landing, coming in for a landing at Puerto Vallarta. And there is the first one right there. So at any rate, It is now nighttime over in Puerto Vallarta. And I bet you this plane right here will go ahead and stay on until this plane lands, but I bet you they're going to do a go around. There's some a lot of good plane spotter videos online where they spot planes and they broadcast it on YouTube. There's a big following. There's like some of them are like 800 or 900 people, and they follow it live. And then of course you can find it on Flight Radar 24. Yeah, that's going to do a go around. That looks like a little bit bigger than the jet that we saw. Flight Radar 24. Is it going to land or is it going to go around? How much you want to bet it goes around? Oh, it landed. Alright, it did land. I see a lot of times they'll go around. It definitely landed.
Generic to Quebec Sierra, exit runway when able.
So what was that, an MMPR 300? Coming in from Kelp. Again, what was that again? Okay, timed out, of course. Alright, now I'm really lost. So this is where we are. Puerto Vallarta.
Generic to Quebec Sierra, exit runway when able.
And Acapulco's coming up.
Generic to Quebec
That
Sierra,
is
contact ground on
MMPR Phenom 300. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. So far the video has lasted all the way to the end, which is a good thing. I'm glad it happened. So welcome to Puerto Vallarta and have a good evening. Have a good evening, Frederick. Take care.
Puerto Vallarta ground, generic November for 62 Quebec Sierra, taxi to the gate. Generic November for 62 Quebec Sierra, taxi to gate 12 using taxiway Alpha.